right, Bob, good morning. I think we got you on our hotline right now. Who you got in the car? First of all, tell us who are you traveling with today?
It's just me and Tom. He's driving. I'm riding shotgun.
All right, Tom's a safe driver, two hands on the wheel. It's, 11 o'clock and 3 o'clock? You're probably paying pretty close attention to where his hands are located.
Yes, Tom's a very safe driver.
That's good. Why are you not the one driving?
Well, because Tom's a better driver than I am, and we're in his vehicle too.
Do you hear that, Matt? No ego in Bob Holt. At least not when it comes to driving. We'll see who thinks they're the better rider. No, we won't ask you guys that question. Headed to War Memorial, man. This is something you got to be used to. But you used to do this 3 times a year instead of just 1 time a year. So it's bringing back some memories, or is this the kind of thing that you just don't think you'll be doing very much soon?
Well, yeah, you used to go to War Memorial maybe as many as 4 times a year. So, covered some great games there. I remember my first year in '81, the game that stands out, Arkansas beat Baylor 41-39 on a Bruce Leahy field goal with, about 10 seconds left. Baylor had a real good team. When they had, remember Van McElroy, that head-hunting safety for the Raiders all those years. They had some other good players. But, yeah, we know for sure there's this game tonight, and then there's the Arkansas State game next year. And then beyond that, there's nothing contractually on the books. And for Arkansas to play in Little Rock, Sam Pittman's talked about how they're going to have conversations about that, and we'll see what happens. There's obviously, data on both sides of the ledger. People that feel like it's very important to continue playing in Little Rock, and other people that feel like that time has come and gone. So we'll see what happens.
Bob, my first game, I didn't play in the game. I was redshirting as a freshman, but we played UNLV in Little Rock to open the season. And I want to say it was around an August 28th type of game. And I can still see Lawrence Richardson intercepting the quarterback late in the fourth quarter and scoring that touchdown for us with a pick six and winning that game. I don't know if this game would be as exciting as a game like that, but what do you want to see out of this game tonight?
Yeah, well, if this game is as close as that one, then it's really bad news for Arkansas. It's funny, the year before UNLV had beaten Arkansas in the Vegas Bowl, and just by happenstance they were open. I think it might have been a Thursday night game, and that's when John Robinson, the old USC and Rams coach, was there. But, yeah, I just, Arkansas needs to win this game comfortably. I guess I really want to see Talon Green, obviously, in his Arkansas debut. And, if I'm an Arkansas fan, I want to see him run an efficient offense. I want to see him run some, use his legs, not take big hits. But, yeah, I just want to see how well he can run the offense, see how he connects with his receivers, especially if Andrew Armstrong maybe has to sit out. Want to see how this new group of running backs, really want to see how this new offensive line does. Want to see who they're, Sam Pittman has not announced the kicker, but I'm sure Arkansas hopes their guy will be kicking off a lot, kicking a lot of extra points. And Bobby Petrino's on record as saying he's going to watch field goals based on what happened with the Aggies last season. But, yeah, the defense I think is pretty solid, and they're going to be good. But I think everybody wants to see what the offense is going to look like in Bobby Petrino's return.
Yeah, I think that's the first thing people are looking at. Exactly right. What the offense looks like. They want to see some things that are familiar to them when they were fans and Petrino was the head coach. At least on the offensive side, they want to see that. Where do you think this team is most improved based upon what you might have seen at practice, what you've read, just what you know of some of the personnel? I think it might be a little difficult to figure out how improved the team is, but until we get our eyes on them in a full game, based on what the coaches are talking about, and maybe it's sales sometimes, but I'm starting to believe what they're saying, that just personnel-wise overall, this is a really improved team.
Well, yeah, I think it says in their notes they have 55 new players, which you think about the turnover, that's kind of mind-boggling, but in the era of the portal, that's and when you have a bad team, you need to make changes, and they did that. And I don't know, if Arkansas takes care of business like I think they should, then, we'll know something, but we probably really won't know a lot about this team until they have to go to Stillwater. If they get pressed tonight, honestly, all due respect to UAPB, that's not a good sign. Arkansas is favored by 50, and I don't know that they need to win by 50, but they have to be in control of this game and just be real efficient. This is a game you want to get your backups some work. This is a game that some of those guys that are going to redshirt, but they can play. This is a good chance to get your freshmen some work. This ought to be a nice, comfortable win for Arkansas. We'll see how it pans out. But how about a position group? I guess the offensive line could be the most improved because, one, they were so bad last year. Although Bo Limmer, their center, made the Rams. So what happened last year, to me, that was not a good offensive line together. But it wasn't all their fault. It was a combination of things that didn't click on offense. But they have a bunch of new starters there. We're going to see Amari Harris, make his start debut in Little Rock. That's pretty cool. And so that's what I'm really looking for. I mean, they need to keep Taylor Green clean in this game and, open up a lot of holes for those running backs. And I think, no offense to UAP again, but playing an FCS team, they need to be very dominant up front. And so that's the position group I think should show a lot of improvement.
Hey, Bob, one thing I'm interested in, I know you bring up the offensive line, 100% I'm interested in it, but it's the special teams. Usually if you're not talking about the special teams, that's a good thing. We had a departure and we got a new deep snapper. Do you think everything's solid on that special teams? I know it's 10% of the game, but sometimes it can make or break you.
Oh, special teams is huge, and I think Matthew Shipley is going to be the kicker. It sounded like he had a better camp, but we didn't get to see their scrimmage. And I think, Kyle Ramsey, he had really good stats at Abilene Christian last year. But Sam Pittman said, they want to keep the competition going. But yeah, and they have a new deep snapper. And, nobody notices a deep snapper unless he's snapped over somebody's head or dribbling it back there. But yeah, special teams is huge. Speaking of Little Rock games, didn't you have a good Little Rock game against LSU one time? I think I remember that. But the thing everybody remembers the pass to Birmingham. What they don't remember is David Carlton hitting a 35-yard extra point because there was a celebration penalty. And if he doesn't hit that extra point, that thing goes into overtime. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, the special teams are very, very important, obviously.
So, to the skeptical fan, and Bob, I've started to stop using, in fact, I wasn't using the term realism when it comes to how you might predict what this team's going to be, because I think when people say that they're being realistic, they're just impressed with how they're thinking about things. To the skeptical fan, is there anything that can happen today that can change their opinion based upon how they already perceive this team, or really would it be about next week in Stillwater?
Well, I think next week, that's the first of many big tests. If they don't play out, they play Georgia.
Well, it sounded like the cell phone gods got to his signal there, Matt. But you know what it is that I'm hitting on. It's look at the. Bob, we ran.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we lost you there for a moment. I don't think we heard much of what you were getting at, but I'll give you the floor once again. You knew the question. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think, Oklahoma State's going to be the first of many big tests. But I think you can discern some things from tonight. Like I say, they need to really dominate on both lines of scrimmage. And, yeah, if you're kicking, there may be more pressure kicking in a game at Stillwater. But let's see the new kicker. How does he do? And the new snapper. And is it clean? They got a new holder, for that matter. It's a whole new operation now. And so, and the punter, really a lot of new faces on special teams. And how do they do in coverage and things like that? But, yeah, I think if you see Arkansas with efficient, real dominating performance, that's something to feel good about. And it's an opener, so there's going to be some mistakes and things like that. But this is a game they really need to go out and dominate, in my opinion.
Well, we'll see if that happens. Kickoff is coming up in about, 7 hours by now. I can't quite get my thought process just right. Bob, we'll leave it there, and I appreciate you hopping on with us. Keep your eyes on Tom. Make sure those hands are at 11 o'clock and 3, okay?
Okay, you guys take care.
Thanks, Bob.
Bob Holt, Democrat-Gazette.
BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.